Miami Hurricanes fall to 3-4 on the season. We may be the worst team in the ACC. Hey, you're watching ND TV. I'm your host, Grant Long. We're going to talk about the reaction to Miami losing to Georgia Tech. I'm also going to have a State of the U writer, Marshall Thomas, to call in, and we'll talk to him about it. I'll do Q&A. Let's get it.
With the squad, mess with one of us. You ain't messing with my vision, messing with the money.
What's up, guys? Welcome to NMD TV, No More Defeats TV, where all we do is win, never taking any losses, and shout out to all my bosses, guys. If you love college football, this is the channel for you because I talk about college football 24/7. We already got the chat rocking. Savannah, JT Sports, Cowboy R. James, Trump is King, Samson, Anizel Ford, hope I said that right, Crip in the house, Dash, Seth, Brandon, Owen, oh boy, being in the house, oh boy, David in the house. Yeah, when you come in, go ahead and say what's up to your boy. 3-4 on the season. 3-4 on the season. Now, I'm in a little bit of a better mood today because I've had time to calm down. I've had a lot of time to calm down. And there was a lot of people in my live stream because I was live streaming the game yesterday. And man, I'm not gonna lie, man. That was one of the most disappointing Miami Hurricanes games I've ever watched. When you really think about the circumstances of this game, Miami coming off a victory versus Virginia, Georgia Tech, a team that has lost to the Citadel. To this day, as somebody who prides myself on watching college football, watching every game I can watch, reading every article I can read, I don't even know the mascot to the Citadel. I don't even know the mascot to the Citadel. I just know it's a part of the Army or the Navy, or it's part of our special forces. No disrespect, but that's who Georgia Tech lost to. So we come into this game going up against the worst ACC team, a team that recruited, his whole roster was recruited to run the triple option. A team that has been through 3 different quarterbacks. A team with the first-year head coach. A team that the offensive line was so bad that they've been having to mix and match and even put on walk-ons because they've dealt with several injuries. And I'm sitting there watching things that just do not make sense. I'm watching 29 missed tackles. I'm watching over 30 minutes time of possession. And let's be honest here, guys. We knew what this team was going to do. This team, everything this team did, they put on film. I'm watching announcers. I'm watching announcers say, this is a great position to run a fake punt. They're probably going to run a fake punt. They're going to run a fake punt. And Georgia Tech runs a fake punt and execute it. DJ Divey just sitting back watching them. Just sitting back watching them. I'm watching us run a screenplay on the 3rd or 4th yard line, backed up with the offensive line that's already bad. I'm watching us run play action early in the game where we haven't established play action. I'm watching Nkosi get dominated. I mean, Nkosi getting killed because our offensive line can't give him enough time. I'm watching us just blatantly get out coached again. And all day this morning, I said, man, listen, the motto of this channel is NMD, no more defeats. You either win or you learn. But we ain't been learning. We haven't learned how to block. We haven't learned to go to the spread. We haven't learned to do the things we need to do to win games. And not just win games. And let me tell you, there's a false narrative out there. There's a false narrative. And here's the false narrative. People are saying, hey, y'all really thought Manny Diaz was going to come in his first year and dominate? Oh, ha, ha, ha. Y'all are sadly mistaken if you thought that was going to happen. Y'all really thought that a first-year head coach was going to come in? Y'all are terrible fans, because if you thought it's Manny's first year. Nobody thought Manny was going to just dominate teams. Nobody thought Manny was going to beat Clemson. Nobody thought Manny was going to win the ACC. But did we expect to defeat the fucking Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets? Yes. Did we expect to blow out a Central Michigan team again without their starting quarterback and without their starting running back at home? Yes, we did. So you can forgive me. You can call me a bad fan. You can call me, you can say I'm negative. But I do not coach the players. All I do is react to the players. And I'm not stupid and I'm not blind. And now let's talk about Manny Diaz. Manny Diaz is the one who said, you either come to Miami or you get your ass kicked. That was Manny Diaz quote. Auburn Speak Sports with a $3.99 donation. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Vernon. Manny Diaz said, if you either come to Miami or you can get your ass kicked. Who ass have we kicked? Nobody told him to say that. Nobody told him to do that. He's the one who said that. He's the one who told our 3 linebackers, hey, come back, we can do something special now that I'm coming back. And then 7 games into the season, we're redshirting one of those guys. So I ask you this. I'm searching for positivity in this season. 3-4. Manny Diaz sold us on the new Miami. We need a fucking refund. We need a refund. We need a refund. Because this is not what Manny said it was going to be. This is not why players came back. This is nothing. Before this season, people were calling Shaq and McLeod and Pickney at least round 2 or 3. They killed their stock coming back this year. We got alumni coming out. Alumni has hit the social media. Clinton Portis says, hey, when will the alumni get a chance to fail? Hey, I'll be the first to tell you, just because you played football good does not make you a good coach. But hell, I would rather lose with one of our alumni than lose with Manny Diaz. Ed Reed putting his name out there. Why haven't I been given a shot? It's really tough right now, man. And I had this show planned, and I said, what are some positives that I can look at? So let's talk about some positives. I honestly believe Cameron Harris, DJ Dallas, both of them are good. But we don't utilize them correctly. I think Brevin Jordan's good. We don't utilize them correctly. Lewis Headley. What are you going to tell recruits? What are you going to tell recruits? What are we going to tell the recruits? What are you going to sell the recruits on? The Punisher. The Punisher. OG Club Kane says, the rebuild Miami. Yes. We switched up real quick. Hey, did y'all see how we switched up? We went from we can whoop your ass to this the new Miami to it's a rebuild. That's how quick. He said, now, the Punisher, he represents a portion of the fans that says, it's not all the coach's fault. The coaches did miss 3 field goals. And I would say, it's not all the coach's fault. It's not. Well, let me tell you this. Why the hell was he out there kicking that field goal? Why? Somebody tell me, why was he kicking that field goal? Because I would understand if he was having maybe a bad game. Bubba Baxton has had a bad career at Miami. He missed one in the spring game. He missed one in Florida. He missed one. I can keep going on and on. I don't think anybody, I can only speak for myself. I would not have been upset if we would have went for it. Because this wasn't a situational, he's having a bad game. This was, he's had a bad career. It's done. Stop sending the kid out there. You're only adding to his agony. Next, DJ Ivy. DJ Ivy got picked on in that Virginia game. There was one drive where they just tossed the ball his way. You can look at the North Carolina game. He got picked on. And the coaches, they said, hey, they said, man, it's so hard to cover these days, man. It's hard to cover that back shoulder throw. It's tough. So then you let him on the field again, and what happens? He just let the man score on the fake field goal. Just stop looking at him. And then he proceeded to get beat deep against Georgia Tech. Who keeps keeps them out there. When you continually, when there's no punishment for what you're doing, what are you going to do? You're going to keep doing the same thing. Why is Ivy out there? That's the coaching. Why does it take you 4 or 5 games to throw in our best player on defense, Gregory Rousseau? Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Somebody let me know. Why does it take you that long to start and give majority of the snaps to Gregory Rousseau? That's coaching. Coming off a bye week, getting embarrassed. That's coaching. Now, I do want to say, here, I feel like we give people a fair, we give people fair. J.E. Love T, what's up, man? He says, NMD, don't forget about the JW15 injury lie. We still don't know if he's injured or not. So was that a lie? Miami falls to 3-4 on the season. We don't know who our starting quarterback is. Our head coach just said this is a rebuild. It's tough, man. It's tough because I love this team so much. I really do. And I watch week in week. I talk college football 24/7. And it's sad that when we talk football, I can't even bring up my team without getting laughed at. We've gotten to the point where we're the laughing stock of this NCAA, of the FBS. That shit hurts, man. I want my team to be on Sports Center. I want my team to be talked about in a good way. We just lost to Georgia Tech, who has multiple walk-ons starting and playing, and a team with a first-year coach, first year in their program coach,